In this week's Parsha, Yaakov, our forefather, realizes that he's close to death and brings together his children and some of his grandchildren and gives them blessings and gives them direction to how they should behave after his ultimate demise. Because that is the focus of the Parsha, the NASC, which is the National Association of Chevra Kadisha, made this week the week when communities all over the world make plans and preparations to discuss that ultimate demise. It's not always a happy topic, but we need to discuss what it is that we want our children to be doing after we're gone. It is actually an obligation on everybody to have an ethical living will, a tzava. It happens to be a preoccupation of mine to read those kind of tzavaot of previous generations. And one of the questions that sometimes is asked is, why would somebody write one of these? I mean, there's so many books, so many words of wisdom from ancient sources to how to behave. There's Torah and there's Nevi'im. Why would an ethical will have any kind of impact on a person? Rabbi Eliyahu Landsofer, who was a Kabbalist and mathematician who lived in the late 1600s, early 1700s in Prague. So he wrote a tzava to his children. He felt long ago, he felt for many years, that he should write some sort of tzava to his children. And if they come to ask the question that we just asked, why would these words even be necessary? He explains that the love between a parent and a child, that close attachment, always has a way for the words of the parent to enter more closely into the child's heart. That's what we need to do. Besides the fact that we want to inspire the next generation, a very important part of writing a tzava is that it inspires us ourselves. In the tzava that I wrote for my children, putting those words onto paper or a Google Doc, it made those words more real. It made it so that there was more meaning to it. The connection to Shabbat is very simple. We know that Shabbat is a day of rest. And we say in the prayers and in the songs of Shabbat that we yearn for the day that's going to be Yom Shekulo Shabbat, the day that's going to be full of menucha. That menucha, that rest that we will receive in the world to come, is part of our goals in life. That rest from physical labor and focus on spirituality is something that we just don't want every week. We want to engage our entire generations into it, so that our focus in life is something spiritual that brings happiness and joy to everybody. Besides just the words of a tzava, what our children see in how we celebrate Shabbat and the joy that we have in our Judaism and in our lives, that's the way to get our message, to convey our message further on to later generations in our lives and after our lives. Shabbat Shalom.